As an entrepreneur, I've made mistakes that have cost me millions in potential net worth. I wish I could jump into a time machine because there's things I'd tell myself of 20 years ago that would have saved years of frustration and hundreds of thousands of dollars in opportunity cost. I'm going to share 5 lessons I've learned while building businesses. Lessons that can save you time, money, and a whole lot of regret. Number 1, find product market fit ASAP. I wish I understood all aspects of this critical concept, because without it, a business is running on hopes and assumptions, and those are not enough to pay the bills. Over the years, I've worked with a few founders who, despite being experts in their industries and deeply immersed in their products, still struggle with finding product market fit. And I've been there myself. I've poured everything into a business that I thought the market needed. A business I was certain people would love, and a product I thought they would want. Only to find out, while the idea is good, no one's actually willing to pay for it. One of my most expensive failures was a company called Perpetual Green. We had a product that would show your energy consumption in real time and real dollars. It was this portable LCD display that showed how much electricity your home was consuming that synced to the local utility rates. For example, you could go around your house and turn on every single light, and it would show that you're using 78 cents an hour or whatever. It was a great product, and everyone who saw it, which was hundreds of people, said it was amazing. So I sat there believing, of course people will buy it. It will sell so well that I'll be driving a new black Land Rover in no time. My partners and I spent over a year in preparation to bring it to market, only to find out that while people did care about saving on their power bill, the amount they were willing to pay for that was far less than what our solution cost. That realization, and that is why this concept is so important to me, taught me a fundamental truth. Talk is cheap. Money is the ultimate validator. So back to the founders I've worked with. In their journey, everyone tells them their ideas are amazing. Friends, colleagues, random people on LinkedIn, they all have great things to say. And exactly like me, these founders spend months, sometimes longer, perfecting websites and messaging and one-pagers. They obsess over every little detail, convinced that once they launch, customers will line up. But when they finally go to market, there's no online orders, phone calls, or demo requests. Just silence. What I didn't realize back in the Perpetual Green days is that the real validation doesn't come from compliments or the rah-rah cheerleaders. It comes from customers who pull out their credit cards and sign on the line which is dotted. Here's where so many business owners go wrong. Instead of testing their ideas in the real world, they rely on advice from well-meaning people who aren't their target customers. They tweak, refine, and perfect their products based on feedback from anyone except the people who might actually buy them. I personally made this mistake, and it delayed the one thing that truly mattered: putting my product in front of paying customers and getting as much feedback as possible. If I'd done this sooner, like before spending almost $300,000 of my own money and 18 months of my life, I'd have been much better off, because I would have learned that everyone wanted the Perpetual Green product for $349, not $999. So, what does product market fit actually look like? The way I describe it is this: if every day is a struggle to find customers, you haven't found it. If every day is spent keeping up with customer demand, you're there. It's that moment when everything shifts from pushing to pulling. Instead of constantly asking, how do I get customers? The founder is asking, how do I handle my current customer load? I'd make darn sure my younger self understood this formula. Pay, use, feedback. Get your products in the hands of real customers. See if they're willing to pay for it. Watch how they use it. Then gather their feedback and make immediate improvements. This cycle is the ultimate accelerator for business growth. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every sale, every customer interaction is a chance to learn and adapt and make things one evolution better. Even right here on YouTube, I've seen this principle play out. When I started this channel, I focused on real estate content because that's what I've been doing for years. Through Forbes and Inman, I had a track record, so I thought that was my best bet for success. However, the marketplace, i.e. the viewers on here, told me otherwise, and the audience base was too small. So I focused on broader business and entrepreneurship topics, and everything clicked. The total addressable market 10x'd, the audience emerged, the channel picked up subscribers, the YouTube analytics improved, and I found my own version of product market fit. So here's the takeaway here. Don't waste time making everything perfect up front. Get your product or service into the hands of real customers. Even if you have to discount the price or put them in a pilot program, let them tell you what works and what doesn't. Because finding product market fit isn't just a milestone, it's the foundation of everything your business will become. It determines your operations, who you hire, and whether or not you reach the level of success in the time frame you're hoping for. Which leads me to number 2, no excuses, just sell. Like I said, in my younger life, I wasted so much time obsessing over appearances. I'd hold off on selling until the website was flawless, or until I had the perfect sales materials, or the scripts were a little more mastered because I thought that's what mattered. But here's the truth I learned the hard way. Customers don't put as much value as you do about your perfect website or flyer or voicemail. They care about their problems being solved by someone they like and trust. All the extra weeks and months I spent tweaking and polishing a messaging or presentation didn't really mean much in retrospect. What actually mattered was getting face-to-face in a dialogue with actual real customers who could then be the means to produce revenue, which then accelerated everything else in the business. My advice is this: progress beats perfection every single time. Now, a lot of business owners have pushed back on this over the years, saying, I only get one chance to make a great first impression. And I get that. What I'm telling you is don't let the pursuit of some detail be your excuse from not taking action and putting yourself in the conversations that lead to sales opportunities. The sooner this starts, the sooner your first sale happens. Which brings me to number 3, talk less, listen more. I know you've all heard this before, but the older I've gotten, the more I've come to appreciate its power. The less I talk, the better the outcome. I know this seems counterintuitive, yet it's worked for me both in sales and also interpersonal relationships. It's not about talking people into something, it's about understanding them. Moving someone to an outcome isn't so much about what you say, it's about how well you listen and then respond. In my younger days, I thought sales was all about delivering the perfect pitch or convincing people to say yes. I'd have conversations where I was always thinking about what I was going to say next versus listening intently on every single word the other person was saying. When I talked to people, trying to wow them with my enthusiasm and knowledge, it never worked as well as when I asked them what they were looking for, how this would better their life, or what they hope to achieve, and then patiently listened while they told me. See, I believe everyone has the answers you are seeking if you only ask the right questions. And again, this was something I learned the hard way. By talking too much, I wasn't totally understanding their needs, their goals, or how to serve them. And that led to a lot of unproductive situations and missed opportunities. The real science of sales isn't about the perfect pitch or script. It's about how well you uncover information. Persuasion is always about the other person convincing themselves. If you want to close more deals and build stronger relationships, start by listening and understanding what the other person is saying. Then propose a solution. That's where the magic happens. Which leads me to number 4, understand your energy. First, there's the energy you give off. And second, there's the energy within you. The force that moves and motivates you every single day. Energy is such an incredible force, and it has the power to influence not just you, but everyone around you. Think about it. When you meet someone for the first time who has truly amazing energy, it's magnetic, right? You feel it before they even say a word. That energy can inspire you, draw you in, and make you want to know more about them. It's a powerful, almost intangible quality, but it's very real. But there's also another kind of energy, personal energy. It's the energy that fuels your output, your creativity, and ultimately, the life you want to build. It's the force behind the work you do, the relationships you cultivate, and the things in life that you achieve. Looking back, I wish I'd learned to better align my life with my creative rhythms. We all have natural peaks and valleys in our energy throughout the day. Times when we're naturally more creative, focused, or productive. For me, understanding my circadian rhythm, the natural cycles of alertness and energy throughout the day, was a massive evolution. Had I recognized this sooner, I would have mapped my most creative work to my peak energy hours instead of wasting that time on distractions or low-priority tasks. Creativity isn't something you can force. It flows best when you're in alignment with your natural rhythms. Being older, I've realized how expensive distractions can be. Every notification, interruption, or demand for your attention has a cost. It pulls you away from what really matters. I used to let other people's priorities dictate my schedule, and the result was I had a scattered focus, diminished output, and a lot of unfinished work. The truth is, if you're not deliberate about managing your energy, it will get spent on things that just don't matter. But when you take control, when you align your energy with your goals, protect your focus, and create space for creativity, you unlock a level of productivity and fulfillment that will move you in an exponential way. So, here's what I'd tell my younger self. Recognize the energy you give off. People feel it, and it shapes their perception of you. Protect the energy within you. This is your greatest resource, and how you manage it will determine your success. Map your tasks to your natural rhythms. Do your most important work when your energy is highest. Create space for focus and creativity, because these moments are where breakthroughs happen. And finally, remember that energy, just like the battery on your phone, is a limited resource, so spend it wisely. Which leads me to number 5. Put a high value on time. Time is your most valuable asset. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. I learned this the hard way. When my startup, Perpetual Green, failed, I was financially strained. But you know what? I had one thing on my side: time. It took me years to recover, but because I still had time, I was able to create other businesses and rebuild. And that taught me a hard truth. Time is finite. When it's gone, it's gone. You don't get a second shot at it. So I tell people all the time now, stop wasting time on things that don't make a difference to your life or your life plan. If I could have 5 minutes with the me of 20 years ago, I'd say this: learn to focus on what truly matters, the things that create meaningful results. Appreciate the time you have. Every day you're not moving toward what you want to become, you're delaying your dreams. Invest more and be patient. Compound interest and the time value of money are invaluable to your financial situation. Let them work for you. Time is slipping away every second. Make sure you're spending it on what truly matters. Start valuing your time today and use it the best you can, and you'll thank yourself tomorrow. These 5 lessons I've shared aren't just reflections. They're truths learned through missteps and challenges. If there's one thing I hope you can take away from this, it's that the clock is ticking for all of us. Your time, your energy, your focus, these are finite resources, but they're also your greatest assets. How you spend them determines the life you build, the opportunities you create, and the kind of business and life you want to have. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop overthinking and start doing. Take what we've talked about here, apply it to your life, and then put it into action. Test your ideas in the real world. Listen more than you talk. Align your energy with your goals, and above all, value your time like the irreplaceable commodity that it is. Because success starts with a vision, but it's always built on relentless progress. One lesson, one decision, one repetition, repeating over and over at a time.